Welcome to NAUI's Dive Team Report. I'm your host, Greg Martin. Normally, when you think about summer camp, you kind of have this definite picture in your mind of like woods and cabins and the lake. And there are kids, though, that have interest in the ocean. I was one of those kids. And something like SeaTrek BVI is an exciting adventure for water sports, sailing, marine biology, and of course, my favorite part, scuba diving. Captain Monk Daniel heads up SeaTrek, and I'd like you to tell me where this idea came from, Monk.
Well, what happened, my wife and I were actually on our honeymoon, and we were sitting at a little waterfront beach bar kind of place down in Tortola and trying to decide what we were going to do with our lives. And she wanted to live in Michigan and be close to her family, and I told her, so, well, I can pretty much live anywhere in the world, but I need to be on the water from time to time. You know, that's what I do, and the ocean is a part of my life. And we literally sat there that afternoon with a couple of napkins and an ink pen and dreamed it up. She's a teacher and an instructor and a captain, and I'm an instructor and a captain and used to teach, and it all just came about that way.
And you've been doing this for how long now?
This will actually be our 16th summer coming up.
Talk a little bit about the kids. I mean, because you're running kids through this program, right? It's summer camp for kids.
Right, summer camp from kids. We take as young as 12. Really as old as 21, 22, because we are an accredited program, and with our marine science program and even our diving program is being able to get physical education credits. A lot of these guys can get college credit and high school credit and that sort of thing. But what we find is, and I hate to call them kids, but they are, even the older ones, is that the ones that we attract, they want to be there. They want to be there. They're not just there because mom and dad are trying to dump them for the summer, or they just don't have anything else to do. They want to experience the ocean. They want to learn about diving or sailing or get into the sciences and that sort of stuff. So I think that's one of the things that sets us apart from the traditional camp that you run into or you may be used to. And besides the fact that, you know, they want to experience the ocean, but it's because they want to be there and learn and participate.
So when mom and dad decide that, or when the kids decide for mom and dad that they want to go to SeaTrek, how do they get in contact with you? How do they get the kids signed up and ready to go?
Nowadays, most of what we do is online. The registration is all online. We've got a pretty prominent website. Most everything is digital. Now, we do a pretty big presence on social media, and a lot of people find us that way. But we also get a lot of folks come to us by word of mouth, or the families that their oldest child sailed with us 10 years ago. Now little junior's coming along, or something along those lines. We get a lot of families that have been with us from day one, voyage one. I mean, we've got one family from Louisiana that their oldest boy started out with us back in whatever it was, 2000. They've sent various nieces, nephews, children. One of their daughter actually worked for us a couple of summers. So they've just been a long-term family. So word of mouth and of course, internet, social media, that sort of thing.
Do you find that doing a program like this creates a stronger love of diving in the oceans for the kids?
We do, actually, and I think a couple of reasons why. I mean, granted, when I got certified back in the 80s, it was a 6-week course. You know, we met 2 nights a week over 6 weeks, then we went and spent a couple of weekends at the lake, and it was a long-term commitment. You got to know the instructor. I mean, I still talk to my original instructor. He's still kicking and breathing. But our kids spend 21 days with their instructor, 21 days with their crew on their boat. We have about a 50% return student rate. So I can pretty much figure that 50% of the kids that come down with us this summer will come back next summer, and the next summer, and the next summer. And that's how we get all of our dive masters and instructors that work through, is these are kids that started out 5 or 6 years ago and have come back year after year after year. Now, they may only dive when they're with us, but at least they're diving and they're staying with it. We think it's because they have such a long face-to-face. They get to know the instructor. They live the life for 3 weeks, and it really instills the love for diving for them.
I want to talk just a minute about the education part of this and your tie-in with NAUI. Is the education important?
It is, very much so. And And again, this kind of goes back to the old school mentality and the fact that I'm a parent. My wife and I, we have 2 boys, is that as parents, when you're looking to send your child on a program or on a camp or to school or whatever, you want them to learn. You want them to get something out of that, not just watch the sun go across the sky. Our oldest boy also goes to a small camp up northern Michigan for a week before he comes down for the summer. I want to make sure that he gets something out of that. I'm not going to spend all that money just for him to go sit around a campfire and sing camp songs. I want him to learn something and do something. So yes, education is very important.
Sounds like this is the place that I should have been in summer camp from years ago, and instead of camp, whatchamacallit or what. So if people are excited about this, and we want them to be excited about this, Monk, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, there's a couple of ways. Most time nowadays, people just find us on the internet at www.SeaTrekBVI.com, or they call 877-467-2454, or look us up on Facebook as well. Just Google SeaTrek BVI, and they'll find us somewhere.
If you think you want your kids to get involved, or if kids, you're listening, you want to get involved, tell mom and dad, do you want to go check out SeaTrek BVI and be sure and chat with Monk. Hey, Monk, thanks much for your time this morning.
Thank you, sir.
And that's this episode of NAUI's Dive Team Report. I'm Greg Martin. Thanks for listening. I'll see you underwater.